Hey, good morning friends, it's Sam with Maryland Magnet Fishing. Today I'm finally back at my main permission to metal detect. The area I'm going to be focusing on today is from here right out to about where the end of this green line goes, down and over about there. I have pulled up just in this area 7 assorted plain flat buttons dating from the 1800s to the 1840s. Excuse me, a couple of coins. So I'll be using my White's Treasure Pro here. I'm bundled up today because there's gale wind warnings today. It's cold. I don't know how long I'm gonna last. Now just a little heads up, when I'm down digging in a hole, I get up. If I'm groaning, that's because my knees are in bad shape. It's a lot harder on the knees than magnet fishing. Excuse me. So I'm not going to say where this is, other than it's on the eastern shore of Maryland. My oldest friend owned this property. It's been in his family for a long time. Actually, I want to say it was around in this vicinity. We hit it about 2 years ago, doing all metal mode, and we pulled up a bunch of different size square nails and slag. My buddy's late father used to say that there was some sort of a settlement here. The oldest coin I pulled out was a 1863 down, I think it was around where that fallen tree is. I pulled up a 1700s plain button, but the problem is, you can, I don't know if you can see, but down past where that tree goes, there's a swale, and the drain, the field drains down into the creek. Well, this field's been in use for over 100 years, so all the chemicals that are put down here run off down there. So literally, you can have your machine set to lowest sensitivity and it's going to go crazy. Now, I've been metal detecting this field, I want to say it's been about 3 years. I've been metal detecting for about 4. And I'm just really trying to keep this place secret. The new landowner has been gracious enough to let me come here and detect, but they are very sorry, just trying to organize my equipment on here. They're just really discreet about who I'm allowed to bring. So let me put this GoPro on and I'll see what I can find. Probably what I'm gonna do is leave some of the footage showing you the amount of time that you're walking back and forth swinging a coil excuse me, before you actually get a signal. I dig everything. I don't care if it comes up iron, if it comes up you know, pop top or tin can, because I want to get the stuff out of the field so I don't have to dig it when I'm out here again. I don't think the farmer has tilled this. I know in the past few years he's done no-till, so that's why I'm gonna just, I've got my little shovel here. This is just a White's, and I'm just gonna be real careful cutting a plug, the same as if I would if I was on somebody's their property at their house. So let me get this GoPro on and get my other gloves on. How long these batteries are going to last out here, because with this cold they take a beating. So sorry about this, but yeah, I'm definitely not going to leave my hands uncovered today because it is right cold out here today. Very, very cold. So I'm just hoping I can pull up some more buttons, because I had to wait until goose season still is on, but I mainly just wanted to make sure that it wasn't deer season, because I don't want to drive down here. It's about an hour and 15 minutes from where I live, and I just didn't want to drive down here and find out that somebody was goose hunting. I mean, I could have brought my magnets, but So let me get this headphone on. The headphone's pretty cool. It's made by a company called Killer Bees, and it's only a single. So that way you can still, you know, hear if anybody comes up or things like that. Now, I've not used this detector since summertime, so I'm just hoping that I can find some decent stuff today. I might actually take this headset off because the side of my head's getting cold. Now, basically you can see it's popped. There's a little, it says foil pull tab. Unless there's a number that comes up on the screen, I'm not going to pay any attention to it. This field, the bulk of the stuff I dig up is either what's called can slaw or busted off pieces of farm implements. And I'm just glad the farmer brush hogged down the stubble, because I did not want to have to bring my little put my sniper coil on. The only downside to this big coil, it gets heavy. It gets real heavy. So, but also there's this area that I think had there possibly was a ship that had been taken apart and burnt here, because I found a lot of little shards of copper. Now let's see. I'm going to figure this is probably going to be a piece of can slaw, but it's saying foil, nickel, zinc penny. I'm almost guaranteeing it's a piece of can, but I fold these little legs out. I got these about a year or two ago because this field, it gets real muddy in here. I was expecting it to be really bad today. This little shovel works great. You can get, it really cuts in deep. Only problem is it won't let you flip a decent plug. I'll move this plug out the way here. Still showing us down there. Problem with this field, as old as it's been and long as it's been in use, I'm sorry, copper items like coins, they come out of the ground in really rough shape. Yeah, it's like right in there. I'm almost guaranteeing it's going to be a piece of can slaw, but yep. Nope, sorry, it's a piece of root. Here we go. See that? Little tiny piece of probably a pull tab here. But I get this out the ground. if they till it, I won't have to fool it again. So I just got to get this pouch around here. And you always want to make sure you check again, just in case there's nothing else in the hole, which there isn't. So let me I mean, granted, this is a farm field, but I just don't like leaving holes in here. I don't want the guy that farms it throwing a fit. I didn't realize I had the backlight on. It's gonna kill the crap out of my battery. But what I was saying before, I pulled up a bunch. Let me get these glasses out the way. A bunch of pieces of copper, and I don't know if they still do it, but Waterman way back would sheath the bottom portion of their hull with copper, so that way they could go out in the ice and the ice wouldn't cut the bottom of their boat out. Sorry about this. Last time I used a mount for up on my head and didn't have to worry about this, but that was with my old GoPro 3. Actually, I'm glad I'm a stick over here because it's kind of in a lee. Don't have to worry about the wind too much. There we go. I honestly have no clue how long I'm gonna last out here because I can't really bundle up too much because my vest won't fit. I can't loosen it up anymore. I guess I'm getting too fat being unemployed. But I also found several different size brass square nails. So, and my wife, we were out here summer before last, and she found an old metal head for a hoe, and it was in a layer of ash. So we're thinking it maybe there was a building here that caught fire or something. We're not really sure. But this area dates back to the 1700s. That button I found, it had no markings on it, but the size of it, I was told, would be 1700s era plain button. So there's a lot of history here. That's the problem with fields. I mean, unless you know that there in fact is, you know, you can prove that there was a settlement or dwellings or something, you're kind of, you know, rolling craps. There's real no way of knowing. And I left my GPS up in my Jeep, unfortunately, and I'm not walking back there. Man, there's about 20 plus buzzards just got kicked up across the field there. I have an app on my phone that will GPS stuff, but the problem is I've had stuff where it's marked half, 3/4 of a mile away where I've never set foot. So it's just basically, you know, kind of good idea. I like to have my standalone GPS. I mean, if I find something good, I might walk back and get it. It just, I got a late start this morning, then I got pulled over by Maryland State Police because my left front headlight, the low beam, was out. And I just noticed it when I was leaving the house this morning. And the trooper was cool, you know. As soon as he pulled up, I said, let me guess, my left front headlight. He goes, yep. I said, yeah, I just noticed it this morning. And unfortunately, that headlight, I'm almost positive, is going to be a pain in the behind because that's where the battery is. So I'll stop on the way home, get another one, and I'm going to go on YouTube and try to figure out how to remove it. I know my other Jeep, my 05 or 04 Liberty, that side was a pain in the butt. Not a lot of room. So yeah, see, if you notice, I don't know if you can see on the screen, you'll notice every now and then up in here there'll be a little blip. That could just be anything. Man, this wind is cold. Jeez. And unfortunately, we are no longer allowed to magnet fish in Sandy Point State Park, where Cat Marin and I went last Saturday. Dummy me, when I got home, I emailed the woman from Department of Natural Resources, showed her photographs of what we pulled up. Then I even sent her links to my YouTube page. And she got back on Monday and said, magnet fishing falls under the same thing as metal detecting. It's prohibited because, as they claim, you won't be able to tell if you've pulled any relics up. And I said, gee, that's interesting, because when I left, there was a bunch of people on the beach metal detecting. And they came back and said, no, you can't metal detect in the water. That the beach was, quote, man-made. And I'd guarantee you 99% of the stuff we pulled up was intentionally dropped in the water. I'm almost positive when they redid that pier that the workers dropped all that stuff overboard. They just didn't want to carry it out. And you know, I don't know if maybe they just got mad because, you know, I proved to them that, hey, you got a bunch of slob workers here. I don't know. But I'm not gonna argue. You know, I did get 40 pounds out of the water. The one bad thing about this big coil, it does get heavy after a while. I was gonna bring my stock coil, but I really want to pound this area hard. You know, I don't know if the landowner will come back and change their mind, or maybe in another month or two the farmer's going to plant ryegrass or wheat in here. And what I used to do in the past, I'd come down and I would detect around the perimeter, and mainly I would do let me set the shovel down. I would do like here and then across over in that wood line. I found an old penknife there. I found an old Indian head penny, but really nothing else. So yeah, I'm like, do I really want to drive an hour and a half to hit an area that I've, you know, pounded over and over? Because at least here, if the field gets disked or plowed, anything under the surface, I think my buddy said it's like 12 plus inches down, will be moved. So that's why I'm always, you know, really anal about bringing everything up out the ground, because I just don't want to come back and hit that area and find the same stupid thing. That's just me. I know a lot of people out there only dig good signals. That's you, you know, you do what you want. I'm not saying this the gospel according to Sam. that's just how I am. You know, I'm just trying to get this crap up out of the ground. I mean, the good thing, if I find metal, I'll just put that in my scrap pile. And, you know, when I get enough from magnet fishing, I'll just turn around and turn that in. I'm just trying to remember, because there's a flag there and another flag. I'm just trying to remember where the spot I pulled all those buttons and stuff. It was like in a long rectangle. Yeah, another bad sign today was I got about 10 minutes down the road and I'm like, man, I forgot my coffee in my travel mug. So I don't even have any hot stuff to go back in and sit in my Jeep and warm up. But I've been in colder. I think I mentioned before, I was a law enforcement specialist in the U.S. Air Force Security Police career field from 1983 to 88. And my first duty station was Monad Air Force Base, North Dakota. And we'd get posted out on the flight line. It's kind of weird. It's coming up higher, 77. But I've worked out in minus 95 below zero. So, whoop. Now, one thing you see, I'm changing. I usually walk around like in a 360, because if you get something that could be on an angle, that's a screaming target. Try to stomp this down a little, get as close as I can. That's alright. Well, let's see what that is. My friend took a little research, but it was a 28 caliber pistol bullet, and they date, again, that was something around the 1840s, and it was tiny, but we knew it was old because it had that patina, that grayish. And we came back, it's like, man, we gotta, you know, we're really hoping we could find the firearm, but no such luck. Might be in this clump here. Maybe not. You can see where my pinpointer is, how there's water already seeping back into the soil. I'm just, oh geez. It's still in there. Okay. Now see, that almost looks like iron here. And that's what it was coming up as, iron. Here's something here. That's a little nugget of iron. That's just probably, yeah, it's a bolt. Yep. But yep, that's all the heck it was. Stinking bolt. Stop this. I should have gone and got that GPS because I can't remember. I think it was further down here where I found them buttons and stuff, because one day I dug one, put the plug back, checked, and there was one right on the surface. So that was in pretty good shape. I mean, it was amazing the amount of times this field has been tilled that it was never destroyed. And then about a year and a half ago, I was checking those trees over there and got a real strong signal. Copper penny, nickel, quarter. So I'm thinking maybe somebody buried a cache of coins. And I didn't have, see, this little saw has got serrations and I didn't have it. So my friend John was supposed to come meet me, and I had a little folding saw. I just didn't feel like walking back to my Jeep. I'm digging. The signal was under this big pine tree root. Well, we get to it and it's a flattened old Budweiser can. So I get it out, check the hole, nothing. And you know, my buddy was like, oh, maybe somebody buried a cache of coins. Nope, no such luck. Yeah, we were so bummed out. I was like, son of a bitch. That's weird. That's another thing I like to see, cool little rocks. I like picking them up. I don't know, it's just weird things. I found a lot of really neat little pieces of pottery here, broken piece of pottery, a lot of some glass, brick bats, some weird looking, some bricks with like really weird cross hatching on it. But over near those trees over here, it was about 2 years ago, I got a signal. I was digging down and there was a bunch of oyster shells, and that's one of the things I want to come back, because I don't know if it could be, I believe they had the Nanacoke Indians here, if they called it, I think it was called a midden. Basically it was like a trash pile, and you know, we could find like broken pieces of arrowheads and whatnot in there. I mean, the Indians, unlike us, they'd reuse everything. If they had a big spear point and it broke, they'd nap it down and turn it into something smaller. They didn't throw much away, but it'd be really cool to come back here and excavate that. I mean, that'd be something I'd have to do A, before it gets too hot, and B, before the ticks and chiggers start coming out. Man. But this is just one of those things. I mean, here I've been out here over an hour, pulled 2 things out the ground. And it just, that's how it is. And I know this area produces because I found stuff here before. The other field I went to back in the fall, we had no idea about it. Supposedly, the guy that owned it said somebody years back had found some Civil War buttons by a creek. Well, we couldn't find where the creek was. And it was a cornfield, and it's just too hard swinging around all that stubble. Huh. What could this be? Coming up, nickel, foil, zinc penny, gold. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? About right in here, I think. Huh. All right. This ground is soft, that's one thing. And even like in the winter, if it freezes, the good thing is that this field stays out in the sun. I've been out here in the dead of winter, and like first hour or two, the ground's a little hard, but it thaws out quick. I wonder if it's in this plug. Nope. Still in there. Stupid glasses get on my nerves. Huh. Well, I think I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna go back and get my smaller coil because this is getting, A, this is getting heavy, and B,